We will start today with our starts and our sit for the weekend. Darian, why don't you start? Who is your start and who is your sit?
Yeah, talked a little bit about it earlier. My go-to start is going to be Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals offense, pretty much as a whole. You're going up against the Commanders secondary, which is second to last or even third to last in the league. They cannot guard for shit. So, I mean, I even called it last week that Neighbors was going to have a pop off week. He went off for 28 points. I said this earlier in the episode. This is Jamar Chase's breakout game. He's going to put up massive numbers, and Joe Burrow is going to be there as well, serving it up. So he's definitely my start of the week. And then when it comes to sit, I think he's been a consecutive sit on several of our episodes the past couple of weeks, but it's going to be Amari Cooper. The Browns offense is just absolute dog water. I mean, they're basically playing in a dog bowl. Their mascot's a dog. It's shit. Their colors are shit. The whole thing.
Their ass.
They're just
Fucking
so
hate the
bad.
Browns.
So there's better days ahead for Amari Cooper, but I just don't think it's this week. I'm low on him. If since Deshaun Watson's playing like he has been the past couple of weeks, I'm putting him on my bench. I'm maybe even trying to field some low offers, selling him low just to get some kind of value back for him being a wide receiver one for a team. That's my thoughts going forward in this week.
Remember, who's your start and who's your sit?
So my start actually popped off last week, and I think this week he's going to do the exact same. It's going to be Kyler Murray. Detroit is ranked 23 against quarterbacks through opposing quarterbacks in fantasy, and I think that Detroit's defense is still kind of getting the wheels underneath them. Last week, Hutchinson did really, really well, but that was also against I think that Kyler against a non-running quarterback, and I think Kyler loves running around in the pocket, and it's going to be much harder to tackle them. Him and Harrison Jr. are finally have that little connection going on, even though that was just for the first half. But by the time the first half ended, they're already getting they're already blowing them out. So I think that he's going to do I don't think that they're going to blow out the Lions this week. So I think that he's going to have a lot more possessions, and I think that he's going to do a lot better fantasy, or he's going to repeat as last week. And my sit, this player I was never really high on, and that is Aaron Jones. I think that kind of Ty Chandler outgained um, outgained Aaron Jones by 50 yards, and he only had one more carry than Aaron Jones. So, and I think that because of his injury, I think it's going to be more of a committee. And then when he gets back or when he gets 100% healthy, I don't think that he's even going to get. He's really going to be that true RB1 that he was in Green Bay. So that with all that, I think that he's a sit as well as they play the Texans this week, I believe, and so they've allowed the league's best at 2.27 yards per carry. So I definitely would not start him. If you have, I would pick up literally anybody else, to be honest. So
My start for the week is Brandon Ayuk from the San Francisco 49ers. With Debo hurt, I think Ayuk is finally going to have his come out party for the year this year. He played pretty well last year in Debo's absence. I also think George Kittle is a good play on that offense. He's been playing well already with Debo there. I think Debo gone opens up the offense a little more for Kittle, and he will have some good performances these upcoming weeks. With the Rams defense, I think that number one, their offensive line is struggling right now just because so many injuries. But I think their defensive backs are just not very good. Tre'Davious White I used to love that guy. I thought he was such a good corner. It's time to hang it up. He's not looking like he used to anymore. He's getting burnt by Marvin Harrison Jr. that entire game against the Cardinals. And the week before that, when they played the Lions, he was looking really slow compared to the Lions' offensive players. If he's lining up against Ayuk, I think that's going to be a great day for Ayuk. Even the other guy, Durant, I think is his name. Could be wrong, but he is a younger player. Has shown some flashes, but I think this is a really good matchup for Ayuk. I think he honestly might finish as one of the top scorers this week for fantasy. And my sit is Christian Watson for the Packers. This last game against the Colts, he wasn't even targeted. Not one single target. So it's looking a little different with Malik Willis in there. Malik Willis actually surprised me. I thought he looked pretty good at times in that game against the Colts, but it seems like Christian Watson is not catching his eye. I think that trend will probably continue. If you're not getting a single target, I don't think you follow that up with a monster game after that. I would be very cautious with Christian Watson, and I would sit him on the bench. Another sit for you, Michael Pittman Jr. I wouldn't start him. He's going to be probably lined up against Jalen Johnson for the Bears, and I think that's a pretty bad matchup for him. He hasn't been exceeding anyone's expectations this year, has probably been one of the bigger disappointments for wide receivers in fantasy. I would also sit him.